This is a Don, Tony, and Kevin Castle Show Quick Fix on Radio Influence.
Did you see Roman come off a little smuggish?
Yes.
And a little heelish, actually. And actually, I thought it was funny where he dismissed AJ, where he's like, get out of here. He's like, AJ confronted him. You have to admit, like I said, I actually found myself laughing when Roman did this, get out of here, little man.
Yeah.
Like dismissed him. And that's what he needs to do. And I think taking it from, was it Bradshaw who came up with this slogan? Someone said it yesterday in the announce booth, and now Roman's using it as a tagline. I'm not a good guy. I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm the guy. And I think that's a good tagline for him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He's like, not a babyface, not a heel. I'm just a man right now. Yeah. I think Bradshaw said it yesterday. But somebody said it, and he used it tonight. And I thought it was perfect, but I just liked him standing in the corner looking like smug and looking at these Sami Zayn and stuff. And granted, these guys are around even longer than Roman. They're on the road. They toured the Independence Spheres. But Roman comes off like a big star. When you look at him in the corner, he's all jacked up and big, and he's got the belt. And like little AJ comes up to him, and it just looked funny, like dismissing a little kid. You saw that, Don Tony,
yeah,
right?
Sure.
Where he's like, get out of here, man. Like he just waved him off. Yeah. And I think Roman needs to do that, whether going full-fledged heel or he's a gray area babyface, whatever. He's got to be a smug dick. And I think that'll work for him. I found myself laughing. I didn't feel sorry for him tonight.
No,
like I didn't find myself even having to be overly defensive. I thought he handled the in-ring thing, and his body language was pretty cool. Like the way he stood back in the corner and kind of just watched these guys beat each other up. I like that angle. I wasn't hating it. I liked the way it went.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I am not a big Roman Reigns fan, and I feel like he's got the title by default. I mean, because there's not too many people right now in the WWE on a full-time schedule, I need to emphasize that has the look, the ability, the charisma, the mic skills, and everything that they can put this title on.
Triple H and Stephanie think he does, so I mean that's what
well,
it is. But
it's by default. But he'll
get. Well, I don't know about default. He got the belt. You could say that with anybody by default.
Yeah. Of course.
You could say when Randy Orton had the belt, it was by default.
But here's the thing: the reason why I think it's brilliant to have AJ Styles being a number one contender right now is because WWE right now is trying to get the crowd really behind AJ Styles. And I got news for you. When he keeps pulling out, no pun intended, phenomenal matches, whether it's 2 ways, 3 ways, 4 ways, whatever, the crowd will get more behind him. Crowds like this, and it was a little surprising that a crowd like this tonight, early on, wasn't behind him as much as I expected them to be. But by the end of the night, they were into it. But here's the thing. Right now, when you think of the Jericho storyline, and even The Miz, which we'll get into in a moment, Miz and Jericho's job was to get AJ Styles more over with the WWE crowd. Okay? They did as best as they could. So now, who else that is a heel that the crowd is not into, okay, that could go toe-to-toe with AJ Styles and get the fans on his side even more? You can't pick someone like a Kevin Owens or someone like that because the crowd is into him also. And contrary to what JBL said tonight, which was ridiculous, he said in like nights like tonight, the fans boo the guys are supposed to cheer and they cheer the guy. No, the fans cheer for the people that they like. Plain and simple. That's what it comes down to.
Well, like I said, I don't know. I wrote something today in the WWE where people have. People want to be historians, then let's remember history correctly. Forget everyone brings up Rocky Maivia. But, there was a little pretty well-known guy, maybe you might remember him, called Bret Hart, who was forced to be a heel by force because of the changing climate in wrestling at the time. I don't want to hear that Vince told him to turn heel. He was getting booed on a regular basis before he had the feud with Steve Austin. It wasn't just Steve Austin that flipped in that night with Ken Shamrock in the ring. That was the night. Bret Hart was already getting booed. I had gone to house shows at the Garden, and Bret wasn't getting good reactions, and I couldn't figure out why. And people were like, same old Bret. Same thing. Shawn got booed too, but Shawn turned bad. Shawn pretty much stayed bad guy. with Diesel. The dudes with attitudes were popular, but then he turned heel again. But Brett was, I don't know, Brett was starting to get on people's nerves, I think, and I think that's what happened. And really, that's what forced his eventual heel turn, where they flipped it, and Austin became the face. Austin was coming up at that point, but Brett was not getting well received at that point. Another guy, if anybody remembers, named Kurt Angle, who came in here, originally was a total white bread babyface and was getting booed on a regular basis. And when those guys turned heel, it worked for them. So that's the whole thing, I think, with Reigns. But I think that WWE has this thing where it's like almost a fuck you. I don't know if Triple H is saying it literally, but we're going to do what we're going to do. And if we turn them, we'll do it on our time. We'll do it on our pace. We're not going to let the crowd dictate how we're going to run this company.
The Don, Tony, and Kevin Castle Show can be found on iTunes, Stitcher, and RadioInfluence.com.